Okay, so I actually spoke about this. Now it's been all types of updates, so I'm gonna readjust the Nikki Bella and Artem situation. Not that anything I said in the other podcast that I posted is deviating from this, but there's some new information, and I think, it's pertinent to what is going on. So, with that being said, hey, hello, welcome to the show. Let's get into it. So, stuff like this goes on. People start digging and they find more information to kind of solidify how volatile something is, and maybe there's some red flags we didn't see. Now, I kind of saw red flags on their Total Bellas and Nikki getting married or whatever. I saw plenty of red flags, but it is what it is. What can you do? Artem and Nikki Garcia's marriage was volatile for years before domestic arrest report. Now, they only been married 2 years, and prior to that, it was like this whole love thing. But once she had the child, there was tension. Nikki Garcia, just from going off on her behavior during Total Divas and Total Bellas, these are very strong women. These are very strong women. Artem, kind of like Miro from these European countries, are very strict in what they expect for their women. And I kind of saw that early on that was going to be an issue. But, I mean, what can you do? No one really, pays attention to the Bellas to where it's like, oh my God, something's going on. Now, why did it work with John Cena? Because John Cena is the type to... He's pretty much going to tell you how things are going to go, which is what him and Nikki's relationship was like. Couple things that's going on the internet that I don't like is people bringing up John Cena. There's no reason to bring John Cena up. He's married. He's living his life. And there's some type of nefarious reason to be like, oh, well, John Cena. If it was meant to be, it would have been. These people had their lives together. They did their thing and they moved on. I honestly think John Cena and Nikki Bella's relationship was all for show anyway, just to drive a storyline. I mean, yeah, they probably was fucking, but I don't think there was no real deep love going on for the way they was behaving on this show. But I could be wrong there too. Anyway, according to this article, saw it in the Daily News, but they want to charge, so I went to the New York Post and got it. The Dancing with the Stars pro, Artem, was booked on Thursday, August 29th on a charge of felony domestic violence in Napa, California, where he lives with his wife, Nikki Garcia, and their 4-year-old son, Mateo. Artem and Bella's relationship has been volatile for a long time, according to the couple's friends and former Dancing with the Stars cast. Artem and Nikki's marriage has been troubled for some time, citing anonymous sources who say the alleged strain in the relationship was evident to anyone in their circle. The couple's friends reportedly described their reaction to Artem's arrest as shocking but not shocking. Sources told TMZ that they knew the pair had a history of verbal altercations, but were unaware of physical fights between the two before the alleged incident on Thursday that led to Artem's arrest. Past alleged arguments reportedly centered around control and belittlement. What did I tell you? Now, I'm just reading this article with you. So, I literally just said this was an issue early on in their marriage, in their relationship. So, I wasn't shocked. Let's continue. Bella has previously said that she and Artem went to couples therapy because she didn't like how her husband spoke to her at times. And Artem is reportedly not living in the couple's marital home following the arrest. And their son is, of course, with the mother and Nikki Garcia. Bella has previously... Oh, I said that. What else they got in here? The alleged victim in the incident also requested that identity be kept confidential. But we now know it is Nikki Bella because there is police... the voice recording, police recording of the 911 call. Napa County spokesperson Henry Wallaford told the Post on Thursday, California prohibits law enforcement from disclosing identities of victims in all domestic violence cases. Bella was connected to an alleged altercation at her husband's Napa home in the lead up to his arrest. According to 911 dispatch audio surfaced Friday, you could hear Artem was the one to make the initial call requesting medical assistance per the tape, saying his wife had thrown shoes at him. Artem was released from jail on August 29th at 2:17 p.m. Pacific time. After his bail was set at $25,000, he was arrested earlier that day, just before 10 a.m. Mugshot is on the internet forever. Nikki Bella finally broke her silence today, Friday, and the rep for the Total Diva star told the Post this is a private matter, and Nikki asked for privacy for her and her family at this time. Longtime friend and former Dancing with the Star co-host Cheryl Burke shared her reaction. And she said, I am completely shocked, Artem. It is so shocking. I'm kind of emotional. Artem and Bella just had celebrated their second wedding anniversary 3 days before this. And all kind of love going back and forth. In the Post, the WWE star gushed over her husband with the caption saying she spoke to Jesus and Jesus answered her prayers with Artem. And Artem just simply said, you know, happy anniversary, my love, and they share pictures of their wedding and things like that. So what you're about to hear is the actual 911 call. I'm going to try to turn it up and let's listen together, shall we?
9-32, 503, 415, Boulevard. 9-32, 503, initially this came in as the RP requesting medical. But now the RP stating he got into an argument with his wife, and his wife threw shoes at the RP. There is a child on scene. Number 32 copy. Any firms, medicals en route, they're staging. Number 32, do you know the description of the injury? Negative, not at this time. Hard to get info. There's an active 415 in the background. Your responsible is going to be a Nicole Garcia, born in 83. Trying to get the two parties to separate. Attention all units, posted medical route 14, Ridge Shopway, Napa 0838. 9-32, Dr. Victory Napa. The RP stating no medical is needed now. Just for further, there is a 4-year-old child on scene. The responsible RP's wife currently has a child. 9-32, 5-3, the parties are separated.
So they're going to say that cops still showed up an hour later, even though Artem canceled the medics and saw visible injuries on the alleged victim, and arrested Artem for felony corporal injury to a spouse. So there are people who saying Artem tried to get ahead of the things before the cops came. I guess he thought if I called off the ambulance, the cops was going to come. They're going to come, folks. That's just how it works. So I don't know. It sucks. It's terrible. But Nikki has a history of trauma in her background. She was a rape victim. She is very guarded and headstrong. This, again, is what I saw in their reality TV shows. That it just is what it is. Now they pride themselves on being real and showing you the real. When she met Artem, it was a whirlwind. They would sexually attract each other. They would end Dancing with the Stars. They were really, you know, charged up all the time. They got together, and within 8 months, they was already engaged. And following a couple months later, she was pregnant with their son. The moment the son showed up, it's just that thing happens in these relationships. When the kids come, something goes wrong. I don't know what it is. But there are times where she talked to Artem like he was stupid, and he was visibly upset. There's a clip that you can find where Nikki was upset that Artem, I don't know, there's some dumb shit they was doing, but Nikki thought it was a good idea to stand him up, go to the club, and grind on a man. And Bree was trying to run interference with Artem and, you know, keep him around for Nikki, and trying to tell him that, you know, Nikki, she just how she is. Now, he didn't know how she was when she got drunk. Now, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. they drink a lot of wine. Bree has something called Bree mode. Nikki goes into Nikki Nitro or some shit, and they cut the fuck up. So I'm just saying, I know Daniel told Bree, don't be getting drunk around me. I'm not in the mood. John Cena has corrected Nikki in her drunkenness. That has been a big thing. They enjoy large amounts of wine. They have a winery and everything. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there. Domestic violence is a terrible situation. It's extremely dangerous for police officers. One of the more dangerous calls that they get, because something like that can go from 0 to 100 like that. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. It was stuff that had came up. I wanted to redo it and touch on these things. And it's a sad situation. But I know they're asking for privacy. But someone said under the comments on the YouTube, you can't be private with domestic violence. Eventually, a lot of victims will begin to look to Nikki Garcia to speak her truth and empower them as well as empower herself. She already spoke out about being a rape victim and the things that she experienced. She was assaulted and molested and stuff like that. So, a lot of trauma. Sad that the baby was there, 4-year-old Mateo. I will say this, and I'm going to wrap it up. If there is a divorce, if these two decide to divorce, I can guarantee that the divorce will be devastating. Because Artem is going to fight to see his son, and I'm not debating that. He should be allowed to. Nikki is very, she is very protective of her son. That was shown all through Total Bellas. Extremely protective of her son. She didn't give a fuck what Artem was talking about. She was like, you better take care of my baby. I got to go out of town. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Y'all can look all this stuff up and watch the show. That's going to be a point of contention. Fuck the money. Fuck what they got. That divorce is going to be devastating. And it's going to be devastating for the child because they're going to go back and forth. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's amicable. Everybody go their separate ways and they can co-parent properly. Another thing that has come up, and then I'm done, for real, Artem will no longer be on Dancing with the Stars. His career is essentially over. Nikki Garcia can bounce back from this because there is a, without sounding super dry, there is a place for victims who are females. There's also a place for victims who are males. But the way this is shaping out, Artem isn't looking that great. Ain't nobody gonna really fuck with him. But Nikki Bella already has a rapport with her people and her audience. She could really parlay this into something else and bounce back even greater than she was. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments, and I'll check you.